Proverbs 23. When you sit down to eat with a ruler, consider who and what are before you. For you will put a knife to your throat if you are a man given to desire. Be not desirous of his dainties, for it is deceitful food, offered with questionable motives. Weary not yourself to be rich. Cease from your own human wisdom. Will you set your eyes upon wealth, when suddenly it is gone? For riches certainly make themselves wings, like an eagle that flies toward the heavens. Eat not the bread of him who has a hard, grudging, and envious eye, neither desire his dainty foods. For as he thinks in his heart, so is he. As one who reckons, he says to you, eat and drink, yet his heart is not with you, but is grudging the cost. The morsel which you have eaten, you will vomit up, and your complimentary words will be wasted. Speak not in the ears of a self-confident fool, for he will despise the godly wisdom of your words. Remove not the ancient landmark, and enter not into the fields of the fatherless. For their Redeemer is mighty, he will plead their cause against you. Apply your mind to instruction and correction, and your ears to words of knowledge. Withhold not discipline from the child, for if you strike and punish him with a reed-like rod, he will not die. You shall whip him with the rod and deliver his life from Sheol, Hades, the place of the dead. My son, if your heart is wise, my heart will be glad, even mine. Yes, my heart will rejoice when your lips speak right things. Let not your heart envy sinners, but continue in the reverent and worshipful fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is a latter end, a future and a reward, and your hope and expectation shall not be cut off. Hear, my son, and be wise, and direct your mind in the way of the Lord. Do not associate with winebibbers. Be not among them, nor among gluttonous eaters of meat. For the drunkard and the glutton shall come to poverty, and drowsiness shall clothe a man with rags. Hearken to your father who begot you, and despise not your mother when she is old. Buy the truth and sell it not. Not only that, but also get discernment and judgment, instruction and understanding. The father of the uncompromisingly righteous, the upright in right standing with God, shall greatly rejoice, and he who becomes the father of a wise child shall have joy in him. Let your father and your mother be glad, and let her who bore you rejoice. My son, give me your heart, and let your eyes observe and delight in my ways. For a harlot is a deep ditch, and a loose woman is a narrow pit. She also lies in wait as a robber, or as one waits for prey, and she increases the treacherous among men. Who has woe? Who has sorrow? Who has strife? Who has complaining? Who has wounds without cause? Who has redness and dimness of eyes? Those who tarry long at the wine, those who go to seek and try mixed wine. Do not look at wine when it is red, when it sparkles in the wineglass, when it goes down smoothly. At the last it bites like a serpent and stings like an adder. Under the influence of wine your eyes will behold strange things and loose women, and your mind will utter things turned the wrong way, untrue, incorrect, and petulant. Yes, you will be as unsteady as he who lies down in the midst of the sea, and as open to disaster as he who lies upon the top of a mast. You will say, they struck me, but I was not hurt. They beat me as with a hammer, but I did not feel it. When shall I awake? I will crave and seek more wine again, and escape reality. Proverbs 24. Be not envious of evil men, nor desire to be with them. For their minds plot oppression, and devise violence, and their lips talk of causing trouble and vexation. Through skilful and godly wisdom is a house, a life, a home, a family built, and by understanding it is established on a sound and good foundation. And by knowledge shall its chambers of every area be filled with all precious and pleasant riches. A wise man is strong, and is better than a strong man, and a man of knowledge increases and strengthens his power. For by wise counsel you can wage your war, and in an abundance of counsellors there is victory and safety. Wisdom is too high for a fool. He opens not his mouth in the gate, where the city rulers sit in judgment. He who plans to do evil will be called a mischief maker. The plans of the foolish and the thought of foolishness are sin, and the scoffer is an abomination to men. If you faint in the day of adversity, your strength is small. Deliver those who are drawn away to death, and those who totter to the slaughter, hold them back from their doom. If you profess ignorance and say, Behold, we did not know this, does not he who weighs and ponders the heart perceive and consider it? And he who guards your life, does not he know it? And shall not he render to you and every man according to his works? My son, eat honey, because it is good, and the drippings of the honeycomb are sweet to your taste. So shall you know skilful and godly wisdom, to be thus to your life. If you find it, then shall there be a future and a reward, and your hope and expectation shall not be cut off. Lie not in wait as a wicked man against the dwelling of the uncompromisingly righteous, the upright in right standing with God. Destroy not his resting place. For a righteous man falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked are overthrown by calamity. Rejoice not when your enemy falls, and let not your heart be glad when he stumbles or is overthrown, lest the Lord see it, and it be evil in his eyes, and displease him, and he turn away his wrath from him to expend it upon you, the worse offender. Fret not because of evildoers, neither be envious of the wicked. For there shall be no reward for the evil man. The lamp of the wicked shall be put out. My son, reverently fear the Lord and the King, and do not associate with those who are given to change of allegiance and are revolutionary. For their calamity shall rise suddenly, and who knows the punishment and ruin which both the Lord and the King will bring upon the rebellious. These also are sayings of the wise. To discriminate and show partiality, having respect of persons in judging, is not good. He who says to the wicked, You are righteous and innocent, peoples will curse him. Nations will defy and abhor him. But those upright judges who rebuke the wicked, it will go well with them, and they will find delight, and a good blessing will be upon them. He kisses the lips and wins the hearts of men who give a right answer. But first things first, prepare your work outside, and get it ready for yourself in the field, and afterwards build your house and establish a home. Be not a witness against your neighbour without cause, and deceive not with your lips. Say not, I will do to him as he has done to me. I will pay the man back for his deed. I went by the field of the lazy man, and by the vineyard of the man void of understanding. And behold, it was all grown over with thorns, and nettles were covering its face, and its stone wall was broken down. Then I beheld and considered it well. I looked and received instruction. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall your poverty come as a robber, and your want as an armed man.